Hey guys, Andrew from Model Flight here and welcome back for another RC update video. Had a couple of containers of stock arrive this week, so we've got some really cool items to show you and share. Some brand new releases as well as some great items that we've had come back into stock, so let's get into it. A brand new release from Losi is the Nightcrawler SE. The SE stands for Scale Edition. This car comes in a ready-to-run setup in two colour options, the blue and the like fluoro yellow green colorway, which you can see on the box. You will need to add a battery and a charger to get this going, but otherwise the car is ready to rock and roll. On the battery side of things, you do have two options. You can go with a nickel metal setup, or you could actually go with a 2S LiPo setup. And then the charger that you'd pick is depending on what battery you choose to get. But with either setup, the car performs really well. On nickel metal hydride, it's a pretty good performer. LiPo obviously brings it to life a little bit more, adds some more power. But the main, I guess, attraction with this is the phenomenal scale detail on this car. So it is a night crawler, which means it does have lights. It has front and rear bucket lights, as well as an LED light bar at the top. So it actually lights up really, really well. If you are using this at night to go crawling, it actually does light the course up quite well, so you can actually see what you're doing, which is a really nice feature. Adding to that is the tons of scale detail on this car. The longer you look at it, the more you pick things up. It has a jerry can on the back, which is completely functional. It actually clips in. It even has tools in the back tray of the truck, which all pop out of their clips and are usable. So the scale detail is kind of really, really impressive on this car. Not only does it have good scale detail though, it actually is very, very, very well constructed and some good performance options. So it has aluminium shocks with adjustable ride height on the shock collars. We've got an aluminium frame. The actual car has a lot of articulation. So the performance of the rock crawling is actually really good as well. You're able to get over tough obstacles in tough situations and kind of get through and get going. For the electronic side of things, it is a Spectrum transmitter, Spectrum metal gear steering servo. We have a dynamite brush motor and an ESC. The ESC has some nice little jumpers, so if you are running LiPo or nickel metal hydride, you simply just move the jumper across to the battery type that you're using. And for LiPo, obviously that's important for your low voltage cutoff, but just move the jumper across and you've got a low voltage cutoff. Move that back to nickel metal hydride and you can run a NIM all the way flat. So a fantastic release from Losi, really good looking car, some fantastic scale detail and a really well thought out design. Really excited to have these come through in both color options. A brand new release from ProBoat is the new Aero Trooper. This is a 25-inch airboat. So there is no flex shaft and prop and rudder out into the water. It's actually all done via a motor mounted up top here in a ducted fan unit with a pusher propeller. So that's where you're getting your thrust from. And then the rudders are out the back of the fan unit to give you control. So that's how you do your steering. What this does is it opens up the boat to a variety of uses, a variety of areas where you can use the boat. So somewhere like even grass, this boat is more than capable on. So obviously in the water, also not having the prop and the rudder hanging down in the water means that in much shallower water you can actually use this boat. So really opens it up for a lot of places you can use it, which means a lot more fun. Couple of neat features on this, it does have lights, so running it at night is an option. The boat does come pretty much ready to run. The only thing you'll need to add to this is a battery and charger. It will take a 3-cell LiPo with an EC3 connector, so something around 4,000 or 5,000 milliamps would be ideal. That gets mounted into the nice molded battery tray up front, which is super easy to access. Just a couple of thumb screws. Now these have O-rings on them just to keep the water out. That slides forwards and you get a nice big battery tray there for your battery. So nice and easy to get to, nice and secure up the front as well. The radio system is Spectrum, so we've got a Spectrum steering servo and then a Spectrum STX2 transmitter. Neat part about this transmitter is it has a throttle limiting feature, so if you're handing this boat to someone who's never driven one before, you can set it down to 50% throttle. It has 75 and 100% settings as well. The other thing you'll need to do with the boat is sticker it up. So as you can see here, it does come in the plain black hull. As you can see on the box, there is some nice stickers to get this looking kind of the way you want it to have it looking. So there's a few stickers on the sticker sheet there. You don't have to use them all, but you can use some. You could even choose to paint and camouflage or decorate the boat as you see fit. But it gives you a little bit of scope there to sort of set it up to your personal taste. But all in all, fantastic release, really innovative product as well from ProBoat. Really excited about this one. A brand new release from TLR is the 22 5.0. We've had both the DC and SR, the Dirt Clay and the Spec Racer stock kits through already. We've been waiting for the AC, which is the Astro Carpet version of this car, to come in. This has finally landed, so worldwide you're going to be seeing these hit the shelf. They've landed with us. Really exciting car. Obviously, as the name of this car suggests, it's purpose built for Astro and carpet racing, which is becoming more and more popular these days. A lot of countries in Europe that see a lot of rain race on Astro and carpet year round. Obviously, dirt gets pretty muddy, can't get out there and race as much as they want, so Astro and carpet are a great alternative. Also, the popularity of indoor tracks that use carpet is just ever increasing. There's more races around the world that are being held on carpet. So a fantastic option if you do have a local track that runs on Astro or carpet. This is the 22 that you would go with. So it comes purpose built out of the box with all of the parts that are essentially optimized for performance in that kind of traction on that kind of surface. So a little bit different to the dirt clay cars. We have narrow front wheels, we have a gear diff, we have front and rear sway bars. So there is purpose-built setup and parts in this kit to perform its best on Astro and carpet. So if you race on an Astro carpet track, this is the two-wheel drive that you would go with. A new release from Losi is the Ford Raptor Aerotrooper. Now this comes in two colorway versions, the King Shock version that we have here, as well as a Black Rhino version. Now this car is very similar to the existing 10 scale Aerotrooper, minus all the scale detail for the licensed Ford shell. I think this car looks fantastic. The scale detail and appearance on this is second to none. It's one of the toughest looking short course trucks that we have, I believe. So a really, really cool option. And the Aerotrooper has the performance to match the looks as well. This is a pretty much ready to go car. You will need to add battery and charger. The battery option, you do have 2 or 3 cell LiPo to pick from. 2 cell would be a great option for someone starting out. 3 cell probably for the more advanced driver that's really going to make it a fair bit quicker and have a bit more performance as well. So either or would be great. Using the Spectrum DX2 radio system to control it, Spectrum steering servo, and then a Dynamite brushless system as well to power the car. So all in all, a really good driving car, and there is some technology called AVC, which is active vehicle control, that you get with the Spectrum radio system. This is essentially like a steering gyro. You're able to turn this up and down from the radio, so you can turn it off if you're more experienced and don't want to use it. If you're less experienced or driving it on a very loose surface like gravel or loose dirt, you can turn the gyro up to have a bit of help, but essentially it allows you to have a little bit more control over the car for someone who hasn't got as much experience. Can also be really helpful on the bitumen. The car generates so much traction, and on 3 slots going so quick that it can become a little bit unstable at full throttle. So the AVC does actually help keep the car in line, keep it tracking straight, and keep you in control and going in the direction you want to go. Thanks for joining us again today, guys, for another RC update video. Had some really awesome product arrive this week, a bunch of new releases, a bunch of product we haven't had yet, and as well as some restock of some really popular product as well. So if you want to check out any information on any of the things that we've covered today, we'll put some links in the description below, but you can jump on our website, modelflight.com.au, have a look around. The brand new 5T 2.0 has been restocked. So we have them in both colorways. We also received some Spectrum Armor Losi apparel. So we've got some jumpers, t-shirts, hats, as well as a bunch of fantastic products. So jump on the website, have a look at what we've got, and we'll catch you next time.